And he even had that. A lot of the older guys were coming from more big band stuff that they probably heard and swing stuff in the 60s, James Brown stuff, and they incorporated that stuff, and you could tell they were digging it and they heard it, and because it came out in their playing. So those are some simple ideas. As I played more funky stuff and I got into more people, my playing evolved a little bit, and I mean, I'll give you a little example of that. Idea of that as I got into say Zigaboo and the meters a little bit more, and the way that he approached it, you know, a lot of his stuff was right hand, left hand on the hi-hat, where if you watch Jeff Porcaro, you know, nothing's wrong, it just gives a little bit of a different feel or lilt to the music. You know, Jeff Porcaro could be playing you know, all on the right hand. You know, he'd be playing all like that. Which is really cool, but, you know, there's something to be said for opening up. To me, sometimes this feels more open. There are times when I incorporate them both in my playing, and you know, I guess it just depends what I'm doing and what the spur of the moment is, what I'm feeling. But it's nice to have the option to go different ways in your playing. So hopefully that helps a little bit. But remember, you know, there's so many different facets in jazz playing. Most of your time and most of the feel of the music is generated right here, that one instrument, and the left hand is more of an embellishment. You know, older school jazz type feels. You know, more of a feathered bass drum. It's more like a marching gig. To me, that was a hard concept to kind of learn. Like, it's almost like it has to be listened to and felt, because there's really no book that, oh yeah, you can feather the bass drum, man, but you know, you've got to listen to the music and play the music to really get how much pressure to apply, or if you choose not to feather the bass drum, you're sort of just dropping bombs, so to speak, where to do that in the music. So that music, and as in all music, it's really important to listen to as many people as you can, and then, you know, try to emulate some of the guys. Go see these people. It's extremely important. You know, growing up in the Boston area, I mean, we're very lucky as drummers. You know, we have some good musical institutions, obviously, but we had some great drummers. I mean, for me, studying with the couple of my first teachers, they were real great guys, Berkeley graduates. You know, something like Ed Sorrentino, great player, great person, great friend. And then I studied from one of his teachers, which was Gene Roma, who's a pretty well-known cat. Great player, great jazz player. Played the show Cats for like 20 years, and among a lot of other things. Really good player, man. And then, you know, Alan Dawson, I got a chance to study with him, Gary Chafee, and, you know, Bob Galati. Bob Galati, another great, first guy that really got me into sort of singing the melody, you know, playing simple tunes, some Thelonious Monk stuff. That's real important, playing the head to the tune so that you know the tune, and then you begin from there. Maybe it's just the snare drum, and then you start to embellish it with toms, but you need to listen to more and more people like that. You know, Matt Wilson's another great player, real melodic player. Jeff Hamilton, another great player. Max Roach, of course. There's a lot of them, but that to me sort of changed my life in the way that I sort of thought of the head of music and playing the melody. So those are all teachers that had a big influence on me, but try to remember to check out the style, and then check out all the people that came before you as far back as you can go, because without that foundation, you really can't, you've got to build that foundation first. You can't really go forward. And if it is, it's somewhat unauthentic, you know, it just doesn't sound right. And I was certainly guilty of that in the beginning when I started playing. Oh man, who's this guy? You know, Billy Cobham was doing his thing, and Jeanette and all the, you know, Bitches Brew, and you know, I started at an advanced level and quickly learned that I was bullshitting my way through the music, and I had to go all the way back. And when I first heard, you know, Billy Cobb play on Kinda Blue, man, just a ride cymbal. Forget what he was doing. I mean, the ride cymbal was so beautiful sounding that I was just like, I guess all drummers are in a constant quest for the best ride cymbal, and man, he just, what a great feel. So I hope some of this is helpful. I'm going to leave you with a little playing, and see you next time. Keep drumming.